So where we picked off last time was we had our first decision. Let's click run and let's take a look at what we've got so far. So we have a program that asks us, tells us that its name is a robot and asks us for the name. We then say our name, and then we say, it asks us what day it is, and we give it a day, and then it says if we went to school today. If we say yes, it says, are you studying computing? If we say yes, it says, great, I like computers. So go ahead and run this program a couple of times, making sure you test all the different scenarios. So we want to test no, and we want to see what it happens. We also want to test if they said that they were in school, but they didn't study computing. So we have lots of different ways that the computer can ask us questions and then respond based on the answers that we provided. Okay, so now what if we wanted to make a computer pause and go like this? Right? So how do we do that? How do we make it pause? Well, in order to make it pause, the word for pause in computing in Python is sleep. So we have to say time.sleep, and then in the brackets we put the number of seconds we want it to go to sleep for. So for example, we can import the time library. That's what we need to use the sleep function. And then we say time.sleep for 2 seconds. And then once it sleeps for 2 seconds, it wakes up after that, and we say print And let's see if it works. So I'm going to go ahead and run, and I'm just going to answer a bunch of these questions really quickly. It says, so you see how it waited after great, I like computers? And it says, great, I like computers. And then waited for 2 seconds, and then it says, So that's how we make the computer wait. We just use sleep. Pretty simple. So we can use it again. Time.sleep again. Sometimes your Python code program is going to tell you that there's a warning. It says that there's a squiggly line. What that means is if you look at the warning, it usually tells you what the problem is. Here it's saying that the problem is that the module level import not at top of file. So what that means is anytime you see import, you should really put these imports at the very top of your file and not somewhere in the middle. Now this is a convention. You don't have to put it at the top, but it is a convention, so that's why your program, your Python workspace is going to tell you, your Python is going to tell you a warning. And that just means, hey, it's just warning you, you're going against convention. Again, you could do it if you want to, but convention says you should put it up at the top. So we're going to move it to the top. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to play a game with the computer, or rather have the computer play a game with me. So I'm going to say print, let's play a game. And then it's going to use the name that we got from before. So I'm going to put comma name, and then comma exclamation mark at the end. So we know what this means. This means it prints these words, this variable, and this exclamation mark. Okay, so here is the game. It's going to sleep for 3 seconds because I want to give the user some time to say yes or no. So let's assume that the player wants to play the game. So we're not even going to ask it if you want to play a game or not. We could, but we're just going to assume that the player wants to play a game. And what we're going to do is this game is going to be a number guessing game. So the computer is going to guess a number, and you're going to have to find out what the number is. We're not going to pick a random number. We're going to pick a very specific number, and the number is going to be 7. Okay? Later on, we'll change it to pick a random number. So what we're going to do here is save the number that the answer as a variable called number. So number is a variable, and it's going to store the number. So we're going to say int, because we want to ask a question and we want that question to be a number. So that's why we have to put this int before that. So we're going to say int, guess a number between 1 and 10. That's pretty much it. And then they're going to guess. okay? Because it's a question, they're gonna have to guess. We're gonna check if they got it right. So remember, the number is 7. So if number is equals to 7, we're gonna say print, you guessed it. Okay, else, if the number is less than 7, we're gonna say print higher. And also, if the number is greater than 7, that means we guessed too high, we're gonna say print lower, okay? Now, we're also gonna say, if they got it, we're also gonna say, hey, we're gonna give you one more guess. Print, I'll give you one more guess, okay? And we could say the same thing here too. Print, I'll give you one more guess. Another guess. Okay, so let's say they got it wrong, and we're gonna have another guess here. So number 1, that's gonna be their other guess. So number 1 is gonna be equals to int input, have another go, question mark. So you want to give them another chance, have another go, and then we'll do the same thing. If number 1 is equals to 7, so this is the second guess they're doing, we're going to print, hey, you guessed it. We'll review this in a bit. Let me just finish typing. If number 1 is less than 7, then we print that's too low. The number was 7. This time we're just going to give them. They only have 2 guesses. And then if number is greater than 7, we'll say print that's too high. The number was 7. Okay, we just fix my spelling mistakes here. And let's play this guessing game. So first I'm going to give my name and what day it is, and I'll say, are you in school today? It doesn't matter, I'll just say yes and yes. Okay, so now it's going to say, let's play a game, and it uses my name because it knows, and it says guess a number between 1 and 10. So I'm going to guess wrong on purpose. I'm going to guess 8. So it says lower. I'll give you one more guess. Have another go. Okay, I'll guess lower this time. I'll guess 4. It says that's too low. The number was 7. So this time, let me try to guess it right. So I'm just going to put a bunch of information here. 1. Okay, here comes our game. So it's going to say, let's play a game. Guess a number between 1 and 10. Let's guess it wrong on purpose. Let's give it lower. Okay, it says higher. I'll give another guess. Have another go. Let's say, let's get it right. I'm going to put 7. Boom. Hey, you guessed it. And that's how you create a guessing game. Pretty cool stuff. So let's pause here and let's see if we can make this game a little bit better. But first, what we're going to do is take a look at this game as a flow chart. Okay, so I'm going to just go back a little bit and look at this decision as a flow chart. So I'm going to copy this and bring it over to my sketchpad. And I'll put this on the left, and then I'll create a little flow chart on the right so you can see the difference. And let's go, let's play. So we have a print statement that is represented not by a diamond because it's just a statement. It's not a decision. It just prints something. Okay, so we go over here and we print the message. Okay, I might do this in a different color. Okay, so the next up is we ask a question. We say guess a number between 1 and 10. So this is a diamond because it has more than one path. So this says our first guess, guess number 1. Now, they're going to guess, and actually this is not a diamond because this is just a statement. This just says guess a number between 1 and 10. So here it saves it to a number. So we're going to say number equals to 1 to 10. One of those, okay? And now what we're going to do is put our decision. And the decision is going to be, is this number equals to 7? Okay, 7 is the magic number. If it's yes, we're just going to say, you got it. And the game's pretty much over. Okay, we'll just finish there. But imagine if they don't get it. What we do is we ask, we say if it's no, we'll tell them if it's higher or lower. And then we'll ask them if they want to have another go. So we'll say higher or lower, or we'll say try again. Right? And then they'll have to put the number again. And they'll give us another answer. And then here we're going to check again. Is it equals to 7? If it is, we say, great, you did it. And we're back here. If not, we give them the actual number. And we just say, sorry, you were wrong. And we go back here. So let's now tie up these, let's tie this up so you could see it. So here is asking them for a number between 1 and 7. Here is that first decision. We have if the number is equal to 7 over here. And then if it is, we say you guessed it. If it's not, we say higher, and I'll give you another guess. Or if it's greater and lower, we just, whatever it is, we write them over here. And then we have our second if statement over here. So this part is this if statement. So we have 2 decisions in this game, decision number 1 and decision number 2. So that is how we create a chatbot using decisions, if statements, and all that kind of fun stuff. So let's do a really quick review. Let me share this screen with you as well. So I'm going to pause here so you could take a look at the flowchart that I've created. And this flowchart shows you the information, the code right next to the chart. So if it makes sense more looking at it as a chart than the code, they're both similar stuff. Okay, so let's just pause for a couple minutes so you can take this in. And if you have any questions, what we're going to do is we'll do a quick review, and yeah, and then we'll wrap it up for today. So I'll let you take a look at these things. So I'll put this in the chat so you can have it. let's do a quick review. I don't need to have all this, so I'm just going to really quickly do a review. I've already saved this and given it to you, so I'm going to create a brand new Python just so I can review it really quickly. Okay, so let's do some basic if statements just to explain what you are. So imagine I have an age variable, age is 10, and imagine if I want to check if someone is a kid or not. Well, if they're under 13, I'm going to tell them that they're kids. So we can say if age is less than 13, then print you are a kid, right? And the way that this works is pretty simple. It's the simplest if statement that you can create, and it works something like this. Go. Here is the if statement, and it works like this. We have at the top a diamond, and the diamond has the question age is less than 13. So it could either be yes or no. So if it's yes, I'll put it in green. If it's yes, we say if age is less than 13, then they are a kid, so we'll say kid. And if it's no, we don't say anything. We just keep going. So that's how if statements work. At their very basic level, they just have a question. Okay? Now, the next part is we can go a little bit more complex, is we can have else. So what if we have over here an else? And in else, we can say you are a teenager. So if they are greater than 13, so over here, we can put an else. And we can say else print you are a teenager. Okay, and this adds another print over here. So that's how that works. And finally, we can also use elif. So for example, we can check if they're less than 13. Elif, we can also check if they're less than 20, which means you are a teenager. And we can also, for all the other options, we can just see if none of those things are true, then we will just print you are an adult. Okay, so let's do this with 10. 10 is a kid, 14 is a teenager, and 21, you are an adult. And that is what I wanted to review for if statements. So that's it for today, pretty much.